let's go through the journey.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are friends
Mm-hmm.
from Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and then you started a show,
Mm-hmm.
right? Poor Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got with the 85 South crew,
Yeah.
and that kind of just expanded the reach, right?
Right.
And you guys talk about all kinds of different topics that are relevant to women,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right? And you've built a tremendous fan base, and you've reached a point where you start to take on things outside of the normal, what people might normally think of you of. So how does a travel show for BET come into place?
Okay, so basically, one of our friends, she actually does a lot of contract work with BET, and the production company Cocoa Butter had been reaching out to us, telling us that they wanted to consider us for a travel show. So it was like us and maybe like 2 other bestie friend groups that they were considering. So we had to audition for it. We did the audition. Maybe a week later or 2 weeks later, we found out that we got it, and then we ended up I think we started recording a month after that.
Yeah.
And we recorded the whole show in 2 weeks. So the production company reached out to us, and then we started getting in communication with them in BET.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that feel to do something that's so, it's interesting. Like people watch you on your show,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And they think that's all you are.
Right.
But y'all been friends for a long time. Y'all been traveling for a long time. How does it feel to show people another side of who Drea and Lex really are?
It's really cool because, like she said, it was kind of like they auditioned other people, but they were like, we really wanted y'all.
Yeah.
Like, we see the chemistry that y'all have on Poor Minds.
Yeah.
And I think I like to call Poor Minds like a lifestyle podcast because we talk about so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, y'all know how it is when you're in the podcasting world. People tend to look at you like a one-trick pony. Like, okay, they're good at the gender war stuff and they can talk about sex or they can talk about music, but that's all they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like I said, the fact that they were like, oh, they be outside. Like, we travel for real, for real. Like, we've been so many places together. Like, we went to London last year and we were working out there. We went out there for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been to Turks together. We've been to Jamaica. Like Ibiza. Like, we really be traveling together. So it's like, it was cool to know that they really kind of did their research on us because they were like, okay, they're perfect. They're best friends and they travel. And I think me and Drea are so like, layered.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to us. We really
I like that word. I like the word.
I think that a lot of times they see us and they just think, oh, that's all they can do. So the fact that you can literally, because obviously my nephews can't watch Poor Minds,
But they can watch Travel Queens. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that like my nephews can watch me now. You know what I'm saying? Younger girls like high school can watch Travel Queens and they can be motivated and see the possibilities of what you can do in this space.
Yeah, and I think it just gives more insight to our real life friendship too. Because the cameras are there, but we're really just being ourselves versus on Poor Minds. I mean, we're being ourselves on there as well, but these are topics that we've already planned to talk about. It's just more structured, I feel like, versus a reality TV show. It's like, no, we just being ourselves and the cameras are following us around.
So how many cities are you going to? Like, is it like a 10 episode thing? Like, how does that work though?
So this first season actually was 4 episodes. So we went to Cartagena, we went to Mexico City, Charleston, and then we went to Key West. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a second season. It's probably going to be like 10, 12 episodes.
Yeah. So it's, how the pilot
season.
They're like, let's see if y'all really got a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's doing pretty well.
It is.
We have been engaging with our audience and stuff, and the feedback has been amazing. Like, I was really nervous because I didn't know how they were going to edit it because honestly, we are watching it on Wednesdays with them. Like, we haven't seen, like, when we were on the flight out here, we were on the plane watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how they were going to edit it because a lot of times you see a show and you don't like somebody and then they do the reunion or something. They're like, they didn't show this, they didn't show that. But they edited so well, like, and really captured our personality. So
how involved in the process were you guys in terms of naming the show, picking the locations? Because even I've been pronouncing Cartagena the wrong way the entire time. I'm hearing you pronounce it. I'm like, oh, That's how it's pronounced. So, so did they have those cities picked out for you already, or did you guys have input?
It's Cartagena, right?
I was on the show saying it wrong.
Cartagena is Fat Joe's last name.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Cartagena.
I grow up, you listen to Fat Joe, Cartagena, Don Cartagena. And I'm like, oh, Cartagena.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing you, I'm like, yo, I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Yeah. I'm country. I be saying everything wrong. So I was there. It was like people in the comments like, dang, y'all could have taught her how to say the word before she went out there.
Right.
I was like, y'all.
Okay, we learned.
That makes it authentic.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really weren't involved in the process too much. They already had the cities picked out and they were just like, okay, this is where y'all going.
Yeah. It was.
But we're hoping for, like I said, the second season and upcoming seasons that we could be more involved in the process because we actually want to do like, Travel Queens Africa, Travel Queens Europe, and actually be in different locations each season.
Yeah, I think what's dope about it is that each city and there's a travel component to it, but there's an educational component to it.
Yeah.
And I was watching the Charleston episode, and it felt like we're learning with the audience, but y'all learning too. So how was that, right? Were you super intentional about that? Did the producer say, like, we have this piece, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Like, how was that for y'all?
Well, these places we've never been before. The only place that I had been was Key West. So a lot of the stuff, they were like, okay, well, how do y'all feel about this? Well, this is what we're doing. And we were really curious. Like, we had never been to Charleston. I didn't know Charleston was like that at all.
Yeah.
So honestly, they were like, okay, y'all are going to go to the plantation. And all the questions that we were asking, like, those were questions that we really had.
Right.
So it was kind of like a mixture of both. They would just like throw us in this situation and they were like, okay, the cameras are rolling, do y'all thing. So they kind of really let us have the creative freedom when it came to asking questions, conversations me and her were having with each other. That was really all us. But as far as like the locations and stuff we were doing, it was they picked all the stuff because we probably would have had them in the strip club.
But I was excited. But I was excited because, like she said, she had been to Key West before. I had never even been to Key West. I hadn't been to any of those places before. I had been to Colombia, but I went to Medellin before, not Cartagena. So,
So what? Okay. So how does this work as far as like the business side? Like, was there certain points that you had to negotiate in dealing with like a major television network? Like, it's a lot different than having like an independent type of vibe on a podcast.
Yeah, this was our first time doing anything with like a major network like this, especially like BET. So yeah, it was things that we had to work out. But honestly, we are so not like, it's a blessing that we're in the position that we make a lot of money with Poor Minds. So we're able to go in these situations and like be fair. We're not like, oh yeah, we finna run it up. And because we understand it's the first season and it's more so about like the exposure, what we can do. I mean, we got paid, well, of course, but we had our lawyers come in. It worked out amazing. So I think that that's more important in this space is like making good connections, being easy to work with, because they could have picked anybody from the Travel Channel that's been doing stuff like this. So working out those deal points. I mean, obviously we're signed to 85, so Chad and the team, Carlos and all them, they've done TV and stuff before, so they had a great lawyer. So it was a really smooth transition because everything happened so quick. So it was like we kind of got the contract. They were like, okay, let's fix this and fix that. And they were really easy with giving us, everything that we wanted. So it was actually a really, really smooth transition. Shout out to our lawyer, Josh. He did the thing.
Hey, Josh.